Hey crafty friends, it's Lisa, your DIY diva. Have you seen the beautiful Christmas trees that you can make out of yarn? You don't have to pay for a tutorial. I'm going to walk you through step by step and show you how easy it is to make using something you can find at Dollar Tree. So I got these traffic cones at Dollar Tree when they were $1.25, and I thought, you know what, these would be the perfect Christmas tree. The only problem is trying to figure out how to remove the base of the cone. This is by far the most challenging part of this project. I tried a big cutter that I can cut wood pieces with. I tried my nipping tool, was having issues with that. I even tried a little Subway knife. The edge was pretty dull, but it did work. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to mess around with this. I'm going to take it outside and use my scroll saw. And that was the easiest thing to do. So this is a Dollar Tree styrofoam cone, and you can see the difference in the size. The cone itself is very small, but if you can find these traffic cones, these are perfect for making a very large Christmas tree for your decorating. Now, the one thing about the traffic cone is it does have a flat top, and I want to give you a couple of options. So if you can find the Dollar Tree styrofoam cones, you could add that on top, and that's going to make it a little bit taller, but it's still going to have that flat top. But if that's all you have, that's all you have. So what I did was cut off the top of the styrofoam cone, and I secured it with hot glue to the top of the traffic cone. But then I remembered I found these cones at Hobby Lobby, and right now they are 50% off because everything Christmas is 50% off. Now the paper cone was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, so I did use some scissors and cut it down a little bit because I want it to look like it is one solid piece with the traffic cone. So I'm going to go back with my scissors a couple of times until I get the cone the size that it needs to be. So there's not a seam, and the paper cone matches up perfectly with the traffic cone. That is what I wanted it to look like. But I really do like the paper cone. I think it works perfectly to get that pointed top on the tree. So next I'm going to come back with some Christmas colored yarn. And I got red and a neutral kind of a cream color in green. And all I'm going to do is take the yarn and I'm going to secure it to the top of the paper cone. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on one side and literally loop the yarn around the top. Then I'm going to use a little bit more hot glue and I'm going to wind that yarn around the top of the cone. Now, as you can see, I'm moving a little bit slower. This is the first time that I'm trying this project. So every time you do something for the first time, it's going to take the longest, and that's going to be the most difficult project. But once you get the top started, all you have to do is wind the yarn around the traffic cone. And I've watched other tutorials showing you how to make different types of trees like this or different kinds of projects. And I've done this in the past where I've started at the bottom and I've worked my way up. Let me tell you that by starting at the top and working your way down, it makes it a lot easier. So I would encourage you, if you want to do a tree like this, start at the top and work your way down. And then all you have to do is every once in a while is put a little bit of hot glue onto the traffic cone and keep turning the cone as you wind the yarn down around it. And I do like that these cones have that reflective piece in the center of the cone itself, because that way it acts as a guide as you're wrapping the yarn around the cone. And the reason I wanted to make this video was to show you how simple it really is to make a really fantastic high-end looking decoration piece that you can add to your Christmas decor. And one day when I was on Pinterest and I was looking for inspiration and ideas, I had something pop up that said that it was a yarn Christmas tree tutorial. So I clicked on it and it took me to Etsy, and they wanted to charge $15 for a tutorial of showing you how to make these yarn covered Christmas trees. Well, I thought that was a little bit expensive, and I know everybody needs to have their own way to make money, but what if you really wanted to have this kind of a Christmas tree for your decorating and you didn't have $15? Well, I wanted to show you an affordable way that you could make a Christmas tree like this for your home decorating. And I'm just continuing to wrap that yarn all the way down to the bottom of the cone. Now, once I got to the bottom edge, I did use the hot glue pretty much consistently all the way around the base. I don't want the yarn to come unraveled or start unwrapping, but by adding a little bit of hot glue all the way around the bottom edge, that's going to help keep the yarn secured to the tree. And just like that, we've made one Christmas tree for our Christmas decorating. And next I'm going to come back with this Yarn Bee yarn, and I believe this is the moss green color. I'm not quite sure, but the yarn was on sale at Hobby Lobby for 30% off. And I'm just going to repeat the same steps. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on top of that cone, and then I'm going to put the yarn and pull it over to the side so it's on one side, and just pull it up over the top of the cone. Then I'm going to use a little bit more hot glue on the paper cone itself, and then I'm just going to start wrapping the yarn around. And I think you can see that I am moving a little bit faster on this tree than I did the red tree. This one was a little bit easier to do because this was the second tree that I had done. That's what's fun about crafting. The more you do the same process, the faster and the better you get at it. And the glue gun that I'm using for this project is my favorite glue gun. This is the Sure Bonder glue gun, and it has a base that you can plug the cord into, so it makes it a cordless hot glue gun, or you can plug the cord into the glue gun itself, and then that's going to keep it hot all the time. I think one of the reasons I like this glue gun the best is because even if I only have one hand to work the glue gun and put in another hot glue stick, it's easier to do when the glue gun is standing up, which it does with the Sure Bonder glue gun because it has a base that you can secure it in. And I'm just going to continue to wrap that yarn all the way around the traffic cone to the bottom. And again, once I get to the bottom of the cone, I'm going to use the hot glue all the way around that bottom edge. That will help to secure the yarn in place, and I don't have to worry about it coming unraveled. And I'm thinking I could probably make at least another Christmas tree in each of the colors of the yarn. It didn't use as much yarn as I thought it would use. So now I'm going to take the cream colored yarn and I'm going to repeat the same process, and I'm going to go through the exact same steps, securing the yarn to the top of the cone with a little bit of hot glue. And then I'm going to use a little more hot glue around the paper portion of the cone. And then I'm just going to wrap the yarn around the top and work my way down. So now this is the third Christmas tree that I've made, and I think you can see that I'm moving even a little bit faster on this tree. And now I have 3 yarn-covered Christmas trees that are ready to be used in my Christmas decorating. I also wanted to show you, you can do this with just those paper cones too. I found this yarn at Hobby Lobby and it was less than $4. That was such a good deal. And I thought this was a really pretty green that would look really nice along with the larger Christmas trees that I made. But I'm going to make smaller ones using just that paper cone. And I'm doing the exact same process that I did with the larger trees. I'm just putting the yarn at the top and working my way down around the cone. So maybe this year for Christmas, if you can't find the bottle brush trees, this might be a really good solution. I like the fuzzy yarns. That seems to make it look really pretty, and like a lot of the projects that I do, it gives even more texture. Same steps of going all the way down to the bottom and using hot glue around the last little portion of the cone and securing the yarn in place. Then I just cut away the excess and now I have a little Christmas tree. Talk about a simple project. I was able to make these 3 tall Christmas trees in less than an hour. Probably about 10 minutes a tree, I'm guessing, if I had to keep track of time. I don't like to keep track of time though when I'm crafting. That's my fun time. But I think they turned out really nice and I am really excited to use them for my decorating. I really do like the red. I think it looks nice. And I like these 3 colors together. I think they work really well and definitely look like Christmas trees. If you wanted to, you could even add some lights. I hope you had as much fun crafting with me today as I had sharing this project with you. Like I said before, every project that you create isn't just about saving money. It's about proving to yourself that you can have really nice high-end decor for your home and your decorating by simply doing one DIY at a time. Now, if today's video inspired you, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I post new budget-friendly projects each and every week, and I don't want you to miss out on a single project. And remember, crafting isn't about how much money you spend, it's about the love and creativity that you put into your project. Until next time, stay crafty and keep creating.